Who wants to listen to their music through an earmuff? I'm telling you, if I just strap some duct tape to this, like that, like from the old movies when you'd see people just have bandages all around them, if you just stick them right here, you can go out on a fairly cold day and probably keep your ears warm. Why in the world would a headphone manufacturer put a layer of foam this thick? How thick? Let's find out. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. We have over 196,000 subscribers. And when we hit 200,000 subscribers, I'm doing a huge giveaway from places like SVS, Wharfdale, Black Ice Audio, RSL, Just Shelly Labs, Emotiva, Project, U-Turn, amongst a whole cacophony of things that are in my office. They're going to be sent to you. The only thing that you have to do is fill out the Google form, which I will link right here. Also in the description, also in the pinned comment. Subscribe, of course. Like this video, and then follow me on Instagram at Thieaudio. If you don't have Instagram, it's okay. If you're already subscribed, it's okay. Just fill it out. And hopefully we'll get there by October 17th or 19th, because that's the 3-year anniversary of the Thieaudio Man channel. But enough about that. Let's talk about headphones. These are the Thieaudio Ghosts. I was actually really excited to get these in because I'd heard a lot about these headphones. I wouldn't say it was hype, I just heard a lot about these headphones, so I got curious. I wanted to listen to them. They come in at $130, all plastic construction. Plastic here, plastic here, plastic here. Some type of foam and plastic leather like substance. Definitely plastic here. And then this is made from 100% beaver and rabbit fur. Just kidding. Now, when I compare this, which is made from plastic, to this, which is also made from plastic, these are the Drop Sennheiser HD 6XX. First of all, well, I guess they weigh about the same. I thought the Sennheisers were going to be a lot heavier, but they're not. So they weigh about the same. But they're both all plastic with their design. The one thing I will say is that the plastic that Sennheiser uses seems more dense. Plastic on the Ghost feels a bit hollow. I don't really know how to describe it, except that it feels cheaper. Now, the Sennheiser is a more expensive headphone. Comes in around $200 or so when it's on sale. Sometimes I think it drops below $200, but you can get the 580 Jubilee or something like that. Anyway, that headphone is built fundamentally identical to the 6XX. The point I'm trying to make is you have a much higher quality plastic headphone from Sennheiser than you're getting. Whoops, I did the wrong ones. Then you're getting from the Ghosts, okay? Sennheiser built better than the Ghosts. Granted, you have $70 difference. And when a product is coming in at $130, $70 is a huge percentage difference. But I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't mention it. One place where the Ghosts beat the heck out of the Sennheisers is their connection style. They use a 3.5 millimeter connection at the bottom of each ear cup. 3.5 millimeter. Common. So, if you want to, you can get an aftermarket cable. This one's okay, I guess. A little bit thin. Lays flat though, so that's kind of cool. And then right there you got the Thieaudio. Oops. The 100% Himalayan goat skin suede. Just kidding. This is the ear pad. Good thing about this ear pad is it's very common, so you'll be able to change out these ear pads if you want to. And you probably should. Why? Because you can't see through this, can you? No. There's a thick piece of foam on here. And guess what that does? We'll talk about it a little bit more when we go into sound quality. But it's thick. Then under here you have the driver. What kind of driver is it? It's a dynamic driver, I believe. But I don't really care because I care about how it sounds, how it's built. But it is kind of a cool driver underneath there. Let's talk about how it sounds. how it sounds. I'm probably gonna get some hate for this, but I don't care because I love this band. It's called Mumford & Sons. The track is The Cave. The first 30 seconds of that is pretty much all acoustic guitars. It's just relaxed. It's covered up. It's veiled. His vocals when he comes in are veiled. Now, tonally, it's actually very pleasing. So there's no crazy peaks like in the upper mid-range or anything like that. And it's very rich. So if you're kind of in a laid-back mood, you don't want anything harsh in your face, then the Ghost may be the headphone for you. However, for me, I like mid-range clarity. I like vocal clarity. Unfortunately for the Ghosts, they provide neither. At 40 seconds, there's a guitar streaming from or coming from the left channel. It's really separated out, and I think that's probably the best thing about the Ghosts is their ability to kind of throw things wide when it comes to soundstage and imaging. And you can definitely hear different layers, different levels of instruments when the recording gives that to you. Harvester of Sorrow, little band called Metallica. I use this song for cymbal clarity, for cymbal bumps, troughs, to hear how this thing is tuned as far as treble. Well, it's not really that great because the treble is actually really relaxed in the cymbal region, but then there's a little bit of hiss to it. So after the intro of the song, there's some offbeat cymbals, and I know they're there, but I had to really lean in to hear them. On the initial attack, it almost was like, Iss. So not only is it hard to hear, when you can hear it, it's a little bit hissy. Sunday, Bloody Sunday by U2. This is probably the track that kind of easily displays the limitations of this headphone because it's completely veiled from the snare drum to the kick drum to the hi-hat. It's just completely veiled. The initial attack on the drums, the hi-hat, it just sounds like it's being pumped through a foam pad. Like if you're trying to listen to something through earmuffs. Because fundamentally, this is an earmuff. What are my final thoughts? I don't think this is a bad headphone. I think it's a very poorly designed headphone. Who wants to listen to their music through an earmuff? I'm telling you, if I just strap some duct tape to this, like that, like from the old movies when you'd see people just have bandages all around them, if you just stick them right here, you can go out on a fairly cold day and probably keep your ears warm. Why in the world would a headphone manufacturer put a layer of foam this thick? How thick? Let's find out. Careful. Always cut away from yourself. I've already got a cut on... I won't show you the other way. I already have a cut on this finger because apparently at the bottom of some dishwashers, there's actually a food disposal which cuts up the food with rotating blades. I was trying to clean out the filter, stuck it down there, had no idea that was down there, and literally sliced the tip of my finger off. So hopefully I'm not going to cut myself again. All right. By the way, this is a quality Kershaw knife, which I'll link in the description. It's actually cheap. It's about $20. I use this all the time because I got sick of giving away my pocket knives to TSA. Anyway, very balanced. Got a really good hold of it. Except when I'm trying to cut up ear pads on camera. Come on. Come on. Yeah. All right. This is the foam. Look at how wide that is. I bet this is over 2 millimeters wide, 2 millimeters thick. Let me ask you a question. Who is going to wrap their speakers with 2 millimeters of foam? I guess in the headphone world, you can tune a headphone by putting stuff over the driver, which I can kind of understand in some ways. I'm no headphone designer, but I'm fairly confident that maybe this is what's going on with the clarity on these headphones. The takeaway for me is this headphone is really compromised in its build quality. Is that going to make a difference in the longevity of the headphone? Probably not. Why? Because it comes with this high quality case that probably could have been skipped if they wanted to. I feel like some manufacturers just give you a case to try to make the headphone feel more premium when it's not necessarily a premium product. Getting back to what I said to begin with, I don't think that Thieaudio, when it comes to over-ear headphones, is ever going to compete with AKG, Sennheiser, anybody like that, because they don't have economies of scale. So what you're getting with Sennheiser, with AKG, with Philips, is thousands upon thousands upon thousands of headphones produced, and they're not changing those headphones. Why? Because they're good. They can just keep making the same ones. They don't have to make new ones all the time. So they can reuse the molds. They can buy drivers by the boatload. Do I think these are going to break? Probably not. I mean, it's okay. But if I pulled these out of the box and nobody told me how much they cost, and then somebody says, these are $30, I'd be like, all right, yeah, they kind of feel like a $30 headphone. You can go on Amazon and buy like Thieaudio headphones, and they're built similarly. And I did not listen to these with the foam cut out, because why? They came this way. So I need to judge this headphone the way it came, not have to talk it into sounding good by cutting holes in the ear pad. Now, I get it. If you're a headphone guy, sometimes rolling the ear pads is part of the fun. Well, roll away, because you're going to need to with the audio ghosts if you like any type of clarity in your music. Now, am I being hard on these? Kind of. But they do have some redeeming factors, and that is their ability to throw things in space. I think it's exceptional, actually. And if I just wanted to relax, maybe watch a movie or something, I think these are okay. But for me, part of being an audiophile, part of enjoying the music, is to hear as much of it as possible. Frankly, to hear things in the music that I haven't heard before. I don't want to step back and not hear things in the music that I have heard before. And that's what you're going to get with the ghosts if you don't cut a hole in the included ear pads. I don't really recommend them. Maybe if you want a project headphone or something like that. But the stuff from Philips, the Ship 9500s, whatever, I think are a lot better. I don't think they soundstage as well or as wide. I don't think they have the richness in the vocals. But overall, I think they're a better headphone. And they're better built. And they're about half the price. Which, again, comes down to economies of scale. So if you want to support the channel, you can check out my Patreon, Patron Discord, Patron Facebook, Patron-only Zooms. You can use the links in the description. Those will be affiliate links. I will link the ghosts if you want to try them. Probably not as bad as I'm making them out to be. But if I bought them at retail, I'd probably be a little bit disappointed. You can also buy me a cup of coffee. Down at the bottom of the video, there's a thanks button. You can buy me a cup of coffee, put a little money in the tip jar, but don't feel compelled to buy me anything. Finally, just like this video and subscribe. So don't binge watch anything on Netflix or Hulu. Probably buy a different headphone. Binge listen, and then fill your soul with happiness. And with that, I'm Randy. I'm the Cheap Audio Man.